about how to please her and what to do in the bedroom. The number one way, guys, to please a woman and what to do in the bedroom is simply being able to pay attention to her body cues. And this is something that we do with hot zones. So every woman is different. This is why you're gonna wanna pay attention to this, guys. You're gonna wanna see that like at every level, women have different zones that make their goosebumps come out or make them actually move their body or make them very like extra sensitive. So there's different spots on someone's body that make them sensitive. You've seen this before in people who are ticklish, under the arm, on the rib cage, on the feet. This goes a little further. So after you've established emotional safety and you've established sexual intimacy and there's something there and you guys are getting hot and heavy and she says that she's ready. And remember, that's important. We want to make sure that she's ready to have sex, which means she hasn't said no. So you guys are getting hot and heavy. It's about to go down in the bedroom. You guys are ripping off each other's clothes. Now, how you want to please her is you want to actually be establishing things like slowing her down. When you're getting hot and heavy, you can pick up the speed and slow it back down by pacing and pulling away and giving it space, but still having your hand on her for connection. Then you're gonna have her laying down and you're gonna get to discover, and you can say, I wanna discover you. So we're gonna make statements, not questions, like, can I, does this? Now, with this, you're gonna be able to like touch around in here and actually see like, I wanna see what works for you. I wanna see what turns you on. And then now you're gonna see like, is it in her hand? And you're gonna watch her body. And now with this, her eyes are gonna dilate and her pupils are gonna dilate whenever she's extremely aroused. So it could be areas that are like in her arm or on her neck. A neck is a good one, on her collarbone. It could be on her rib cage or on her stomach. Some people even have some behind the knee. You're gonna discover what works for her, and you can actually now allow her to come into this and say, what areas are sensitive for you? I wanna know, I wanna discover more. Now guys, this right here is exactly what turns her on, and it shoots signals down to her body that it's game on and it is go time. This simple act of slowing down and paying attention to what her body is saying is gonna get it so that you're not sitting there trying to just do things to please her, but you're actually discovering what works. Not every position is going to work for every single woman. Some women are going to like being on top, where some women are gonna like not being on top and being on the bottom. When you're getting her comfortable with you, that you are the one in control, that you slow it down and you are discovering what works for her, she won't need to sit there and constantly tell you, do this, do that, I don't like this, I don't like that. But instead, she's gonna start to feel so much more comfortable with you that she's gonna be able to take control and take charge of her own orgasm and later on in there with you. You guys are gonna be doing this together. So the way to please her in the bedroom, guys, is simply by slowing down and paying attention to where her goosebumps are, or whenever you touch a certain area, even if you gently put your hand on her throat, but you don't squeeze, unless you guys talk about that and you do that on your own, and you know where you're comfortable with that, but you can gently put your hand on her throat, not squeezing it, and this way she feels like you're in a sense in control. But again, you're gonna be establishing this because you're gonna be seeing that wherever you put your hand in different areas, you're gonna watch her body to see if there's goosebumps on her arms, goosebumps on her flesh, not from the cold, but from your touch, and also if her pupils go dilated. This is the way to see that wherever you're touching, what actually works for her and what actually gets her ignited up and gets her to have that orgasm and reach that climax, because her whole body is now completely engaged in the process.